Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about step deviation method, and this is the remaining part of arithmetic mean. See, in the previous video we have covered direct method and the shortcut method, right? Shortcut method or assume mean method. And in this video we will discuss about the step deviation method, and this is the last method for calculating arithmetic mean. See, this method, this step deviation method is applicable only in case of continuous series. You can apply it in discrete series as well, but there is a difference between applying it in discrete series and in continuous series. If the discrete series is like this, say 10, 5, 20, 15, मतलब अगर इसमें कोई चीज़ कॉमन है, there is a common factor you can find in the data points. If you have something in common in the data points, then only you can use the step deviation method in case of discrete series. Otherwise this method is applicable only in case of continuous series. So how will you apply the method? This is the formula for calculating arithmetic mean in case of continuous series. In case of continuous series, so the formula is same as we have used in assume mean method, that is shortcut method. A plus, what was the formula in case of shortcut method? Arithmetic mean is equals to A, that is assume mean, plus sigma dx upon sigma f dx upon sigma f. This was the formula in case of assume mean method. The formula will be same in when you move from shortcut method to step deviation method. The formula will be same as it is, but there is a slight difference. Here it is x dash and you multiply it by I, or you can say it C. See, this is the formula. Dx means m minus a. In case of discrete series it is x minus a. In case of continuous series it is m minus a. M means mid value, a is assume mean. For finding dx dash, just divide m minus a by c. And what is this c? This c is common factor. Common factor, what is common factor? Wait. 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. What is common between these values? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Common means the value which can divide all these data points. The value which can divide all these data points, or you can say it is a multiple of all these. So here if you observe 5 is the common factor. 5 is divisible by 5, 10 is also divisible by 5, 15 is also divisible by 5, 20 is also divisible by 5. So this is going to be your common factor. Now here is the question. Same question we have taken, which we have used in the assume mean method. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. For finding mean you have to find the mid value. Class interval, frequency as given in the question. We have found the mid value. Mid value formula is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2, that is 0 plus 10 divided by 2, 5, 15, 25, 35. Right. Now we will find the dx. Dx is m minus a. M minus a. So we have assumed 25 as assume mean. Assume mean you can take any value as assume mean. So m minus a. Now we have minus 20, minus 10, 0, 10. Same thing which we have done in assume mean method. Now dx dash. Dx dash is we have to find this dx dash in from dx. This minus 20, minus 10 and 10. We have to find the common difference from dx. You always have to find the common difference from dx. Don't find it in mid value. You have to find the common difference in dx. So here if you observe minus 20 minus 10, so 10 is common factor. This 10 is common here. So minus 20 divided by 10, that is minus 2, then minus 1, 0 divided by 10, 0, and 10 divided by 10 is 1. After that we have to multiply this dx dash with frequency. So it will be f dx dash, and after multiplying it we have to add all these values, that is minus 4, minus 5, 0 and 3, and it will be sigma f dx dash. Now we have to put these values in the formula. Formula will be a that is assuming plus sigma f dx dash divided by sigma f multiplied by I, or you can call it c, that is common factor which we have taken in the table. So a, that is assuming 25, minus 6, that is sigma f dx dash, 11, that is sigma f, multiplied by 10, that is common factor. So here it will be 19.55, the same value which we have gotten using assume mean method, 19.55 or 19.54. So here we have completed the arithmetic mean portion. Now we will move forward for geometric mean and harmonic mean. Now before going to geometric and harmonic mean, see, these are the method and these are the series, the most suitable method for each series. First of all, individual series. For individual series you will apply direct method. You can also apply shortcut method, but there is no need of applying it shortcut method. In case of discrete series shortcut method and also step deviation method. Also you can apply step deviation method if series is like this 5, 10, 15 or 20. मतलब उसमें कोई चीज़ कॉमन होनी चाहिए. अगर कोई चीज़ कॉमन है so you can apply shortcut method in case of discrete series, and in case of continuous series shortcut method and step deviation method both can be applied. Best will be step deviation method if you want to avoid lengthy calculation, right? If you want to avoid lengthy calculation, then go for step deviation method. Otherwise you can also apply shortcut method. Now geometric mean. The geometric mean is also called geometric average. It is the nth root of the product of non-negative quantities. It is denoted by G or GM. So in case of arithmetic mean we have added all these values, right? We have added, that is, this is our observation x1 plus x2 plus x3 dot 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 xn tak, and we have divided it by n, number of observations. In case of geometric mean, for finding geometric mean you have to multiply all these values and take the root of n. Take the root of n. That is, if suppose we have to find the value of, we have to find the geometric mean of 9 and 25. So here we have two values, that is 1, 9 and second is 25. So you can write it 9 into 25 whole to the power 1 by 2, or you can also do it like this, 9 into 25 or root ki power 2. And if we have three values, suppose we have 16 also here, so in case of this we will use 3, right? जितनी भी वैल्यूज होंगी उतना ही वो नंबर यहाँ पर आ जाएगा. जैसे we have x1 plus x2 plus x3, we have divided it by n, that is number of observation. So it is the number of observation, this 3 is the number of observation. जितनी भी नंबर होंगे ऑब्जर्वेशन, जितनी भी ऑब्जर्वेशंस होंगी उतना ही आपको उसका रूट निकालना है. So you can write it like this also, or you can write it like this, 2, 3, 4, whatever value we have in the question. Now suppose we have this small values, that is 9, 25, 16, 14. We can take the root easily. But if we have large number, that is 9, 25, 16, 41, 328, 921, 1025, इतनी बड़ी बड़ी अगर वैल्यूज होंगी सो आप उसमें लॉग का यूज करेंगे. अगर डायरेक्ट इसको निकालने की कोशिश करेंगे तो आपको कैलकुलेशन बहुत लेंदी पड़ेगी. सो इफ वी हैव large n, for large n the formula will be this, geometric mean या फिर log geometric mean is equals to sigma log x by n, or you can write that formula directly, that is geometric mean is equals to anti-log of log x1 plus log x2 plus log x3 plus log xn divided by n. If we summarize the formula, it will be like this: anti-log of sigma log x divided by n. So how will you do it? Steps. So first step will be find the logarithm of each value from the log table. You will get a log table in the examination hall. From that log table, you have to find the log value of each of the value, logarithmic value of each of the observation. Find the sum of all the logarithm values. जो भी आपने log निकाला है उन सबको add करिए. Divide the sum by the number of values. Whatever number of values you have to divide it that sum by that number of observations. Take the anti-log of the question. So whatever value you have got, you have to anti-log it. You have to find the anti-log of that quotient. Now suppose we have a question like this. Calculate geometric mean from the following data: 3834, 382, 63, 8, 0.4. So 3834 geometric value is log value is 3.5893. 382 log value is 2.5821. So here you have to find the log values of each of the observation, and then you have to add these values. It will be called sigma log x. So sigma log x, that is 1.602 divided by 8, that is 0.008. And we have to anti-log. We have to find the anti-log of this value. So anti-log will be 1.588, and this is what our geometric mean. It is a bit lengthy process, but in exam you will get only 5 to 6 values, and you will also get a log table there. So it is not a big deal. So we have discussed it. We have discussed the method of finding geometric mean in case of individual series. Now if you get a discrete series, most probably you will never get a discrete series for finding geometric mean. And in case of harmonic mean also, you will only get individual series. But if the question comes, then the formula will be same, that is anti-log. In the first formula we have discussed anti-log is equals to anti-log to the bracket log x1 plus log x2 plus log x3. See, this was the formula in case of individual series, log x1 plus log x2 plus log x3. In case of discrete series, the formula is nothing. We have to only multiply the frequency with the logarithmic value. We only have to multiply the frequency with the logarithmic value. That is f1 multiplied by log x, f2 multiplied by log x, fn multiplied by log xn. So here one more column will be added. It will be of frequency, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever value we have, and here log x value and f log x, f multiplied by log x. So we have to multiply this log x with the frequency, and we have to write these values here, and then we have to add these values. And in denominator it is sigma f, right? So this is the formula for finding geometric mean in case of discrete series. Anti-log is anti-log to the bracket sigma f log x divided by sigma f, or you can also write n. Now we will discuss harmonic mean. Harmonic mean of a series of a positive values is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocals of those values and is denoted by hm. Reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of those values. मतलब पहले अर्थमेटिक मीन का रेसिप्रोकल करो और उसके बाद उसका भी रेसिप्रोकल कर दो. क्या कहा इसमें मैंने? फॉर्मूला देखिए आप लोग. हार्मोनिक मीन इज इक्वल टू रेसिप्रोकल. रेसिप्रोकल मतलब उल्टा. तो सिग्मा 1/x डिवाइडेड बाई n. इन अर्थमेटिक मीन वी हैव सिग्मा x डिवाइडेड बाई n। ये फॉर्मूला था हम लोगों का अर्थमेटिक मीन में। यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया, x का रेसिप्रोकल कर दिया। क्या किया, x का रेसिप्रोकल कर दिया, मतलब x की जगह कर दिया सिग्मा 1/x, फॉर्मूला वही हम लोगों का। और फिर ये नीचे n था एंड हेयर द रेसिप्रोकल, मतलब n डिवाइडेड बाई सिग्मा 1/x, ठीक, सिग्मा 1/x। तो ये फॉर्मूला है हम लोगों का हार्मोनिक मीन का। अगर इसको ओपन करते हैं तो वी हैव 1/x x1 प्लस 1/x2 प्लस 1/x3। तो मतलब जितनी भी ऑब्जर्वेशंस होंगी हम लोगों की, वी हैव टू टेक द रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ दिस ऑफ दोज वैल्यूज। लाइक वी हैव अ क्वेश्चन हियर, कैलकुलेट हार्मोनिक मीन of the following measurement 6, 10, 15 and 20. So here we will do 1/6 plus 1/10 plus 1/15 1/20 and whole divided, it will be in denominator, ऊपर क्या आ जाएगा हम लोगों का n, that is 1 2 3 4 like this, n अपॉन में 1/x प्लस 1/x2 प्लस 1/x3 प्लस 1/x4। तो 1/6 इंडिविजुअली फाइंड करना है आपको सारी वैल्यूज, एंड देन यू हैव टू डिवाइड 4 दैट इज n विद द वैल्यूज विच वी हैव गॉट बाय द रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ दिस ऑब्जर्वेशन। सो 10.43।